Coming at you from Brooklyn, the Fight Fuel MMA team is here to break down the UFC Vegas 6 card from the UFC Apex. We've got Lewis versus Weidman V Oleinik in the main event, and Chris Weidman versus Weidman V Ahmed in the co-main. Should be a good one. Alright, let's talk about the main event. Lewis versus Weidman V Oleinik. What do you think?
Lewis, one of our favorite heavyweights to watch. He has KO power. We love the fact that he just stands up when he's on the ground. And also his mic skills are...
My balls was hot. I understand.
Like no other in the heavyweight division. Changed my mind.
In the heavyweight division, he's the absolute best.
Yeah.
Now, across the cage from Lewis is another one of both of our favorite fighters, Weidman V Oleinik. The man is 74 years old. He has fought 197 professional mixed martial arts fights, and he has finished 214 of them with the Ezekiel choke. He's a terrifying human being on the ground. We've got two of our favorite heavyweights going head-to-head in the main event of the UFC Vegas 6 card. And the big question is, can Lewis just stand up if Oleinik takes him to the ground? I don't think Oleinik can eat too many of Lewis's shots on the feet.
No.
So this is where it's going to be. Oleinik has to take this fight to the ground. Lewis has to stop it from going there. This is big drama show right here. There are implications in the title picture with this fight. More for Lewis.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a classic striker versus grappler matchup. And I think it's going to be a good fight in the heavyweight division.
We both don't want to see either of them lose, but, man, it's really tough to tell. This one could absolutely go either way. I think we're leaning towards Lewis in this fight, though.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Yeah. Moving on, co-main event. This one has our heartstrings. It's one of our own. Long Island's own.
Strong Island!
Chris Weidman.
The All-American Chris Weidman.
Former dominant UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman.
Yeah. It's been a while since those days.
Yeah.
His past 5 fights, he's won one. He beat Kelvin Gastelum, who's a really good opponent. But the other ones, he's just getting KO'd or TKO'd over and over and over again. He tried moving up to light heavyweight, and he got KO'd by Dominic Reyes. That might not have been the best move. He's moving back to the middleweight division now, and he's fighting Weidman Ahmed. What do you think about, what this fight means for Weidman?
I really think that if he gets knocked out again, he really should consider retiring. It's getting a little concerning.
Yeah, it's whenever you see a fighter just start getting dropped and dropped and dropped, and their chin isn't where it used to be. You think of like Chuck Liddell, you think of Vanderlei Silva, these old school legends who just stayed in the game maybe too long. I know it's up to them, but it can't be good for their brain health.
Yeah, and that's where it's just, I don't really want to see Chris Weidman fight anymore. And this will be the ultimate test for him. Yeah,
this is do or die for Weidman. He said it himself. He said he needs a freaking W. And Akhmedov is an opponent who can challenge him.
Absolutely.
It's not like they're throwing him a tomato can.
No.
So this fight's going to tell us a lot about where Chris Weidman is at in his career and in the middleweight division. All right.
Moving on. Next fight on the card.
We got Pitolo versus Darren Stewart. Battle of the nicknames. Coconut Bombs for Pitolo. The Dentist for Darren Stewart. Since Darren Stewart ripped off Josh Neer's nickname, I'm going to give the W to Coconut Bombs for Pitolo. That's probably the most important information about this fight that we could have given.
Oh. I'll take your word for it.
Pitolo's one of the guys coming off the Dana White Contender Series.
Yes.
He had a really nice finish in the Contender Series, got signed.
Yeah, first round.
Yeah. And he's gone 1-1 in the UFC since making it to the big show. Darren Stewart had a run in the UFC.
Coming back?
Yeah, they dropped him. Now he's back. I think that speaks a lot to maybe they just got to book people right now with the climate the way it is. But,
But he's ready to fight, and he's third on this card, so that's good. Good for him. We're always happy to see when that happens, so very excited to see him come back, and very excited to see what is in the future for this former Tuesday Night Contender.
There you go.
And now moving on to what, in my opinion, has potential to be Fight of the Night. We have Yana versus, and I have to read this name, Julia Stoliorenko.
Yeah. Now,
sorry if I butchered that.
it's a 50-50 shot whether it's Julia or Julia. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear it pronounced, but
She's coming from Invicta.
Mm-hmm.
I looked her up, and I saw that she has 8 of her 9 wins are by armbar. So I was like, oh, cool. I want to see a highlight reel of this girl. I'm sure there is something online. We saw her highlight reel, and wow, she's pretty intense. I'm really excited for this because Yana Kutinskaya has been in some wars, and she's proved herself time and time again to be one of the standout stars in the bantamweight division right now. But man, she's going to welcome Julia Stoliorenko to the UFC with arms wide open.
So I looked at the same highlight, the Joy Watch, and it actually got me pumped for this fight. Stoliorenko goes hard. She was out there trading in the pocket, swinging wild, and then slapping on really slick arm bars. So initially I figured Kunitskaya was just kind of going to win this, like, give me fight. But now I don't know. It's going to be more of a fight than I thought it was going to be.
Yes, with both their resumes, this is definitely potential to be fight of the night. So definitely watch this one. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be disappointed.
And who do we have to start us off on this card?
Oh, and this one I'm really excited about because Beneil Dariush, I haven't seen him fight in a really long time. I don't know if it's because of me or because of him, but I feel like I haven't seen him in a while. Mm-hmm. He's fighting
Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman.
Oh, yes, Scott Holtzman.
Yes.
And this fight is another one that could be a good one.
I think Holtzman is a solid fighter. I forget the name of his opponent, but he just put one guy's head through the mat with some ground and pound elbows. Yeah, it was gnarly. But I will say, I think Beneil Dariush is an incredibly intelligent fighter. He can sub you, he can knock you out. He is composed at all times in the octagon, and I like that in a fighter.
Yeah, he's coming in hot too.
Yeah, he's
He's won several of his last fights, and the last, I want to say 2 or 3 were fit. Hold on one second. He's on a 4-fight win streak. The last 3 were all finishes. He's coming in hot. Scott Holtzman's coming off of 2 wins. He's coming in lukewarm. So, I don't know.
That's a good analogy. So, I'm going to say Dariush takes this fight. More just on an emotional level. I like Dariush better than I like Holtzman.
Yeah, that's what we usually pick our fights on, so take that for what you will.
Another note on this card, we got Tim Means is on the undercard. Another emotional recommendation, watch that fight. I love Tim Means.
Basically, this card's going to be great. Definitely give it a watch. We're going to be watching it too. We're going to be giving our thoughts on that post-fight. Stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, and we'll see you in our next one.
Yeah.